what are we looking forward to? Should we next year and the rest of this year?
There's not really much time left in this
Not
year.
much time left. However, there is still things to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah, that's a good film. The first one was brilliant.
Yes, I loved the first movie. Thoroughly looking forward to the second one. Like, I don't tend to take trailers like for does it look good or bad anymore because the trailers. But this time I couldn't help it. It's like, yeah, this looks amazing.
Yeah, it does seem a lot more action packed and
It looks funny. It looks action packed. It looks like everything that we got from the first Sherlock Holmes.
And so much more.
But more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Robert Downey Jr. as well. He is a brilliant, accomplished actor, and you know, I can't follow his performance in Sherlock Holmes, and if he delivers just a little bit more as well in this, I think it'll be amazing.
Isn't it Moriarty in this?
Moriarty, yeah.
Yes.
Because they kind of build up to that in the first one.
Yes.
Moriarty's the guy behind the scenes, really pulling all the strings. So.
But yeah, I thoroughly look forward to it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been talking about reboots, and this was really a reboot for the franchise and the series, you know. So I feel that, you know, this has done it justice and done a really good job of it.
But next year.
Indeed. So 2012, the fabled end of the world. Yeah, right. No, I won't go on with that. I won't go on with that.
That's another conversation.
That's another
Ain't
vlog.
really happening.
Yeah, it's not. But anyway, well, in terms of gaming, as I said, this year's been incredible. One of the best years of gaming. But next year looks like it could be even better. I mean, I'm just overwhelmed with what's been announced so far, and I'm looking forward to what's being announced at E3 next year and other such events. But the one I'm looking forward to mainly coming early next year, hopefully, BioShock Infinite.
Yes.
Definitely BioShock Infinite.
That game has been bigged up. It really, like, the hype is like through the roof.
Yeah, and the game's literally for the roof. I mean, literally.
Yes!
I mean, literally, you know. Yeah, we're filled with puns.
Yeah.
But, you know, literally, like, I mean, the first game was, like, in the water, the sequel was, and this is a whole new start, putting it in the sky and having this city in the air, and, you know, there's the whole dynamics as well of the whole grappling onto rails and going roller coaster like
it just looks fun.
Yeah, exactly. It looks really fun.
It's the Laugh Riot. That's again the Laugh Riots intermixed with the creepy and the bizarre of the Lovecraftian inspired set pieces and enemies, and
exactly.
It just looks interesting. Like just to explore the world again in general. Like it looks like really like recently, in these past few years, like I don't think there's going to be a game like it.
Definitely. I mean, the concepts, the way it's put together, blended together. You know, I mean, it's kind of steampunk inspired, but I think it really works and suits this game, even though the theme's been overdone. But you know, I mean, the whole rail grappling I've pressed upon before. You know, that's actually an optional thing in some of the game, I've heard. I mean, the trailer, one of the first gameplay trailers I've seen. Like, it had this bit where you grappled up to chase after this blimp was firing projectiles. I mean, you don't have to grapple up there. You could just wait for the turret to cool down, let your partner Elizabeth, she can do it, or you know, or you can just grapple up like it did, or use rocket launchers and weapons from the ground and fire up at it. You know, it's freedom of choice again, which is what I really like in games.
Yeah, it's again, it's kind of almost. Like the way it's textured and the way the graphics almost look almost cartoonish.
Yeah, I like the art style.
It's kind of an interesting art style when you've got like games these days that are flooded with browns and greys.
Yeah, it's definitely a breath of fresh air.
It's nice to it's nice. It's nice to see like color and vibrance and interest put into games.
I agree.
Like real effort, like really taking a step back and the developers thinking like, right, where do we want this series to go? What do we want it? How do we want the game to feel?
Exactly. I mean, you know, there's the whole tonic aspects as well. The whole plasmids in the first games, they've been kind of revised and it's now tonic you take, and I want to see how that system works. I mean, I'm still not sure how it works properly, but I'm quite intrigued to see how they implement it. And we've seen the Murder of Crows one, where he drinks it and then he can summon tons of crows to like swarm enemies, and that is a pretty cool ability. And there's other ones as well, but I mean the real main aspect, I feel the main driving focus is your teamwork with Elizabeth. I mean, she can summon objects from alternate universes and alternate dimensions.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited with the prospects and how they're going to implement it and what they can do with it. I mean, I guess that's where the title comes from, really. There's infinite possibilities with this game and how the outcome of it and how you can play it.
I just hope it lives up to the hype, because
It will.
we've been wrong once or twice this year. Like, sometimes the hype has been deserved, yeah, and sometimes it hasn't.
Like this.
But yeah. What else are you looking forward to?
Yeah, what else? What can I say? There's a ton of stuff. I mean, I'm a big Resident Evil fan. We'll press upon that as well. There's Operation Raccoon City. That looks really good. I don't want to press on it too much, but you know, it's more of the same, but with new team play, faster gameplay dynamics, and it works really well.
And isn't Operation Raccoon City kind of like a what if?
Yeah, it's a sort of alternate reality.
Alternate,
If the Umbrella team special team went in and took out some of the main characters from the series? So it's a really good new take on the series.
And
Kind of ironic, really, actually, because I made this comment at Game Fest that it's the anniversary of Resident Evil, and yet they're celebrating by fucking up the storyline and killing off characters. You know, but it's only a spin-off, so it's not going to really affect the continuum for the rest of the series.
But isn't that another Resident Evil game being planned for next year?
Yeah, I think it's Resident Evil
6.
There's 6 has been rumoured, but nothing's been pressed upon yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's been talk about rumours of it being made, but nothing more. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that to 2013-14, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, you know, but the one you talk about is the one, the 3DS.
Yes, the handheld one. Yeah.
Admittedly, I've bitched about the 3DS, but this does actually look really good. So, you know. And what else am I looking forward to? There's just so much stuff.
Well, one thing I'm looking forward to on the movie side is the new Judge Dredd.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Judge Dredd.
TM from there looking enthusiastic with.
I can't help it. I'm a big Dredd fan. I got you into Dredd.
Yes,
for God's sake.
I'm a massive Judge Dredd fan. I'm amazed that I didn't like my older half brother. He was into Dredd, and having seen it now, I'm shocked and appalled at myself that I didn't pick it up before I did, because it's beautiful. I mean,
I need to get into it more.
Yes.
You see why we bitch at the Stallone movie, though?
Yes, like looking at the comics now, it kind of is a very, very poor representation. It's a good action movie. It's an action movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's not Judge Dredd, not in the slightest. I can totally see, I can totally understand the backlash from the community. Going, this is Judge Dredd, really?
Well, saying that, you know, we've had our mistakes before, and let's hope this isn't a repeat of that. I mean, looking at the way it's been done, you know, I don't think it will be, but
yes,
you never know.
like,
Just
looking at
cautiously optimistic is what I say.
yes, we saw
It's Hollywood.
an article in the September.
I think it was
Yes,
September's
Empire.
September's Empire magazine, and we saw an article on this news Judge Dredd. I think the working title now is just called Dredd.
Yeah, it's just Dredd now.
Dredd,
Really?
but yeah, that's the working title.
It's interesting.
But yes, rumor has it that the story is basically going to be Dredd goes into a block in the midst of a block war. Dredd goes in and criminals come out, kind of thing.
Rumor is it's like
Kind of fair, right?
a bit of a lockdown, and he's in there with a very young Judge Anderson, side Judge Anderson. They've kind of done the casting quite well, actually.
Yeah, Carl Urban. We were kind of Carl Urban, really.
Yeah.
But then when you see him in costume with the helmet, yeah.
Costume and bikes are a bit of a problem, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
the costumes are bizarre. I think what they've gone for is kind of like they've gone more towards like the judges are kind of bikers, so they've got biker leathers.
Well, kind of like how Batman the new Batman movies, the latest ones, kind of rebooted their series in that kind of sense, I guess, really.
So it's only natural that we can't exactly begrudge a series or a movie for evolution and changing things.
Yeah, I mean, they're evolving this film, but look at how the new trilogy of Batman movies evolved, and it's some of the best movies ever made, easily.
So, yes, we're looking forward to that. Well,
Oh yeah, of course, that's next year as well, The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises, yeah. I'm looking forward to that one, definitely. Stop it.
Never!
But yes, supposedly this is going to be the last Chris Nolan
Yeah.
Batman movie. So will we see the end of the Batman, especially considering Bane is in it?
Actually, I've heard something, and I've heard a kind of spoiler thing. I don't know if anyone wants to hear it.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's meant to one. They showed a preview scene to a few people in IMAX a few months ago, I think, or a few weeks ago.
Right.
And they talk about how the footage they saw and what happened. I mean, the whole Bane aspect. Actually, people with the mask, it's apparently hard to hear, and he's got a British accent, but I think it's intentional like that.
So
But-
it's hard to hear Bane.
Yeah, with his mask, but I think it's only to start the movie, so it's intentional. Because they can't really get him, and then he probably gets more of a reveal later. But the one scene that sounds interesting is there's one scene Bane's walking towards the camera or something, and he's actually holding a broken Batman mask in his hand. So, has he defeated Batman? Who knows?
He did in the comic books.
That is true.
Yeah.
And also Catwoman's in it as well, isn't she?
Yes, Catwoman.
Who's playing Catwoman?
Who's playing Catwoman?
Anne Hathaway, I believe is.
Really?
Yeah, Anne Hathaway. But
It's slightly steampunky Catwoman as
You've
well. It's a
got-
bit weird.
you've got to think though. They had some funny choices. He's made some funny choices in casting anyway, and it's worked out. So
Yeah, I mean,
I think we've just got to try and trust him.
Christian Bale.
I'm Batman.
Don't knock Christian Bale.
Okay,
I
he's
think-
good actor, but the gruffy voices.
I'm thinking more like Heath Ledger.
Oh,
No, that was an excellent choice.
Incredible. The best Joker
I know,
ever.
but people heard Heath Ledger and they went, "What?"
True.
So I'm gonna reserve judgment on the whole Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what he's doing. I trust him.
Every
Yeah.
time when I look at Anne Hathaway, I just want to laugh.
True.
Who is Anne Hathaway? Sorry.
Think of any given teen.
Disney
University
movie, The
Disney.
Princess Diaries.
Oh, God. Oh.
But
Oh, there's a
I
foul
wanna
taste in my
move-
mouth.
I want to move back to gaming for a second because I've just thought of a game. We've pressed on it already, and you're not going to like it. They recently announced The Last of Us. I actually do like the look of it. Yes, it's zombies again, but the whole way they get infected.
Give it a rest.
But the whole way they get infected, and it seems original. You know, the presentation seems original, but you know, it's not. I can't really say too much about it because they've only just announced it, and it's a brief teaser. Makers of Uncharted and Jack and Daxter, Naughty Dog, so it is in good hands. So that'll be good. And also another game. I'll mention it for a laugh. This will be quick as well. Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Will they announce it?
Ooh.
Will that game finally get announced?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, it's been what, pretty much. I mean, how many years has it been now? Since episode 2? Probably about 5-6 years.
Long
since
old
episode-
time, yeah.
I can't remember how long it's been now, but you know, it's been a really long time, and this game is becoming the new Duke Nukem Forever.
Half-Life forever.
Half-Life 2 Episode 3 Forever. There we go, that's it. But you know, if they announce it, I'll be amazed and stunned. But it's Valve Software, they know what they're doing, so hopefully, you know.
Hitman.
Yes.
Oh, and Hitman Absolution as well. That looks incredible.
Yes. Funnily enough, following the at the behest of one of our friends, look at the gameplay trailer with the commentary. It's very good. It's very intriguing. If I were to say anything about it, everything looks way too shiny.
A lot of games do that though.
It's very shiny, but otherwise
Too much HDR lighting.
But like the consensus amongst us is kind of like they're trying to emulate the movie Hitman, which I imagine will be met with mixed reactions.
Yeah, I'm not
Mixed
liking that
critiques.
whole idea.
I wasn't exactly blown away by the Hitman movie. I'll probably receive praise and flack for that, but I wasn't exactly,
Just gives games to movies in general. Resident Evil, crap. You know, and
Though-
plenty of others.
Though, however, the animated movie of Resident Evil,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Degeneration.
Yeah,
But-
Degeneration.
Yeah, that's true.
I
but that's-
liked that one.
But the thing was, the Capcom actually had a lot of say in that movie, and you know, it's CG'd by some of their team and some people at Sony, I think. So
Yeah, it had the feel. It had the over the top cheesiness of Resident Evil. It had everything.
Exactly.
And of course, they had the whole Resident Evil thing of guy walks on screen. Yeah, villain. Yeah, he did it. Whatever this is, it is him. That guy did it.
exactly, yeah. But you know, it's actually a neat game. Some movie conversions coming out next year.
I
Can't think of it off the top
don't
of my
spring
head.
to mind. Perhaps they've learned their lesson.
Oh no, there's a second Silent Hill, isn't there? Second Silent Hill.
Oh, there is.
They've been on about that for a few years, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I think I've actually started doing it now.
Have they actually
really?
started doing it?
I
Oh my
think I'm not
god.
sure, but I think,
Ooh.
admittedly, I say game to movie conversions are bad, but the only one that's done a game justice is actually Silent Hill.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad.
That was actually quite good. Visually,
It was a happy parody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Visually, it looked exactly like the games, but story-wise, it kind of fucked the story a bit. But if you know you're doing a film, you've got to be different.
But I have to
story-wise,
say
otherwise
one thing about
you know
that one.
everything.
I have to say one thing about the Silent Hill movie. Why do you cast Sean Bean in a movie and force him to do an American accent?
Have a nice day, y'all. that was awful. I'm sorry. American Yorkshire. It was the
Yeah,
most
it's-
interesting accent ever.
Do not like what? Why not? Is it so much of a stretch in the imagination for an American to marry an Englishman? Really?
Not really.
Apparently it is. Again, who am I? But he is.
Yeah, but anyway, Silent Hill next year, you know, and is there anything else? I mean, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Was the Avengers movies coming out next year?
Avengers
Yes,
as
the
well.
Avengers.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Directed by Joss Whedon as well. I mean, I'm looking forward to that because I do appreciate it. Well,
I don't know.
It's I suppose it's one of those films that's been so hyped. I think you got to worry about it a little bit, but you know, I've got high hopes for it. So
Yeah, it's not Skyrim. It's not like it's not like it meets the hype and then goes some. It's
Yeah.
not going. It's not going to be.
I know what you mean.
I think I'm going to be disappointed walking out of the
I'm a
theatre.
tiny bit disappointed.
Why?
I know I am. Oh, they've got all the cast and
Oh.
right, but Hulk.
yeah,
I don't
it's
like
just
it.
different
I
acting,
hate
you know.
It was Edward Norton is not reprising his role.
It's a shame,
Which
really.
has pissed me off. So
Well,
I'm not
you-
happy.
I have
Get
heard a
Lou
rumor.
Ferrigno to do it.
Yeah, isn't Lou Ferrigno actually going to be in it? Isn't he going to be the voice of the Hulk?
I don't.
That's the rumor I heard.
Expendables 2.
Ooh.
Expendables 2.
Oh yeah.
Chuck Norris is going to be in it.
Is that true?
Chuck Norris is going to be in the Expendables 2.
That's it. We found
Yeah,
our
Arnie
our
is-
film of 2012. That's it. That's our film of 2012 right
Yeah,
there.
Arnie is
Chuck
going to get a
fucking
full
Norris.
role. Like Bruce Willis, I think he's going to get a full role.
Jason Statham?
Jason Statham's going to Mickey Rourke is coming back. I think, isn't he?
I think
Uh,
I
Jet
just jizzed. I just jizzed. That's
Jet
it.
Li?
Jet Li, yeah, I think he's going to be in it. I think, I think, yeah, it's kind of like, I think the feeling we got from these first Expendables, I think we're going to get it again in the second one. Get some grizzled old badasses together to make an action movie. Cause why not? Let's get as
Exactly.
many as we can. Hell yeah.
That'll be our film of 2012. There we go. Expendables 2. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to. Is there anything else?
I think that's about it. There's quite a few. There's too much to name. We'll just be all day just discussing our games
But
and movies and whatnot.
I guess we should call it a day then.
Yeah, that's about it really. I guess you know that's 2011 and
And
also
hopefully
2012.
2012 will
Hopefully
pan out
we'll
as
see a
well.
lot. Hopefully a lot of good things. I've already talked about a few, and if you've got any opinions, just post in the comments below.